Hi there guys, Les Barr, founder of Barr Fitness and Nutrition. So today I wanted to talk to everyone about the importance of muscle contractions during an exercise and really how to try and perform a contraction correctly and isolate the muscles that you should be working according to which exercise you're performing. So, I mean, it really is the difference between getting from point A to point B in your goals, either quicker or slower. It's really as simple as that. And to really utilize a muscle contraction correctly, you have to really connect your mind to the muscle and pretty much override what may be your dominant muscles to isolate those muscles that you should be contracting. And a good example of that is on a lat pull down, for example. So you might typically see someone in the gym yanking down on a lat pull down, and they're yanking and they're tugging, and really all they're effectively working are their biceps, their arms, with no adherence to contracting the lat muscles at all. It's a really good example, and you'll typically find if you're an individual that tends to do a lat pull down and tends to have really sore arms immediately after you do it, you're using your dominant muscles in that case, which are your biceps, and they shouldn't be the dominant muscle because they're actually a lot smaller than those of the back. So it's really a case of trying to focus on the first couple of sets of the exercise you're performing, which muscle should be contracting. Now, a contraction in layman's terms is pretty much just the squeezing of the muscle. So if you were to do a bicep contraction, everyone can do this. What you're doing there, that squeeze you can feel is a contraction, and that squeeze you can feel there should be similar to the squeezes you feel during other exercises that you're performing. So for instance, a lat pull down, it should be the lats, the largest muscles in the back, either side, the wings of the back. It should be those that are squeezing, and the biceps should be coming in secondary. But for a lot of individuals, the biceps are the primary muscle on that exercise, for example. Same with the triceps for a lot of individuals when performing a chest press or something to do with a chest push movement. The arms tend to take over a considerable amount, and then what happens is the progress is almost hindered because the only thing you're working is an already overused muscle, which typically will be the arms. So it is really a case of slowing down, not going so heavy on the weights, okay? So lighten up the weights and focus on a contraction. Now, whilst you're performing the contraction properly, instantly your mind should be saying to yourself, this is harder. And that's what you want to be looking for, because contracting the muscle is actually harder work for the body to do. And that's why you typically won't be doing the harder route, because it's not the body's job to do the harder route. It's the body's job in weights, for instance, and lifting weights to get weight from A to B as quickly as possible with less stress on the body, no matter which means necessary. So it will use the dominant muscles. It will use the overused muscles before it uses the muscles that you actually really need to be contracting on that exercise to be getting very good results. So like I said, it's the body's job is to be efficient. It's not to take the harder route. So like I said, step back, slow down, lighten the weights on each exercise you do. Do at least 2 warm-up sets. Now, a warm-up set is not effectively just to warm up a muscle. It's actually to get the connections from the mind to the muscle correct. It's to get you metabolically ready for the exercise, physiologically ready for the exercise, but it's also to feel which muscles should be contracting efficiently and properly to perform the exercise. So if it's a back exercise, you don't really want to be feeling it in your arms. You should be squeezing, retracting the shoulder blades, squeezing the back muscles. Okay, once you define the difference of the muscles that should be contracting, that is when you will start to see true results quickly, and you will jump leaps and bounds from everyone else around you. So if you have a training partner, for example, that likes to just get weight from A to B, let's say on a chest press, just rep them out any which way, just get them out, that's fine, but typically save that sort of exercise and that sort of rep out to the death at the end of the session, all right, when you're already fatigued. If it's me, I really try and focus on a contraction and a squeeze. For example, chest press, squeeze of the chest, and then a full stretch. The idea is to fully stretch the muscle out and get as tight a contraction as possible. Okay, you want to shorten the muscle as much as possible and lengthen it as much as possible. Full range of motions. That's a video for another. That's another video for another day. But focus on contractions, and I promise you, your results will be a lot speedier, a lot quicker, and you'll get to where you want to be a lot sooner. Any more information? The details will be after this clip. Les Bar, Bar Fitness and Nutrition. Hope this helps.